Halfway through the series, and the World Surf Ski League stop number 4 brings us to the South China Sea and one of the greatest cities on the planet, Hong Kong. A cultural melting pot of peoples, traditions, and worldviews, Hong Kong combines elements of the ancient and modern in one of the most densely populated places in the world. Rugged terrain and subtropical waters push the metropolitan sprawl to the sky, leaving what little is left for the lush vegetation. The Steele Dragon Run is a 22-kilometer course with 3 distinct sections and some of the most challenging conditions on the circuit. This year, a stacked field of elite paddlers have lined up not only for the prestige of the Dragon Run title, but also to grab crucial points in the World Surf Ski League.
You have an incredible field. The quality of paddlers is quite incredible, actually. This year, gold, silver and bronze medalists, men's and women's, from the recent ICF Ocean Racing World Champs. Numerous Dragon Run winners. We've got the 2009 men's winner here, Shannon Eckstein from Australia, which is really exciting. We've also got some amazing outrigger paddlers this year. Karel Treisnak Jr., who's actually won this race 5 times. And Tupuria King, our defending champion. Lindsay Shank, our defending champion from Hawaii. So the conditions look obviously not as crazy as last year, but still great. Really good Dragon Run conditions. 20 knots, northeasterly, 1.8 to 2 meter swells. Should be really, really exciting. It's your 10th year. I'd just like to hear from you what it means to you to be supporting the Steelcase Dragon Run. Why is Steelcase involved with the Dragon Run?
I mean, Steelcase is a company. We are supporting professionals to do successful work in offices and outside of offices, and paddling on the ocean is such a great element of work-life balance. You cannot hold a cell phone when you are paddling on the ocean, so you have to free up your mind. It's a whole body movement in the nature, so whether it's ocean paddling, mountain biking, road biking, running, walking, we are supporting all kinds of activities which are in fact making people healthier. So if you paddle on the ocean, you have in fact no high impact on your joints. It helps you to balance your body. It's great endurance exercise. So that's why overall you are getting fresh air. You are hungry after paddle, so you get fresh ideas and fresh thoughts. We also believe strongly in giving back to the community. So in Hong Kong, I think this really has become a relatively broad sports now, so a lot of people have picked up paddling on the ocean, and we want to be a part of this and support the community and the well-being of professional people.
Excitement is palpable as long-range forecasts promise wild rides for the 2019 edition of the Dragon Run.
We've done much worse Dragon Runs, that's for sure, and looking forward to this one. Get back up on the podium again and hopefully on the top of it if we do things right.
More tame than last year, but I'm expecting it to be quite fast.
I'm excited. Bit of a slob out to the ninepins, and then hopefully once we turn we'll get some runs on the way back.
Pretty exciting to be back, and it's good to know that I do know the course pretty well, but every year we've come it's been different conditions, so it's always a new challenge.
Just want to go out and have a good time and just enjoy the surf, catch as much surf as I can.
When you have a good downwind session, it keeps you coming back and it's really enjoyable.
The crowd is huge and it will be hard racing. This is stacked, this is going to be one hot field.
As expected, Neil and Danny charged off the start, and I did my usual sort of fairly conservative but try not let them get out of the way. The start's always going to be hard. The 500 metres to a K. Steele's always so strong off that start.
It's a pretty fast start. Usually my strategy is just like hit that first stroke and just go to the turn.
Steele, Rachel and myself have raced each other here 3 years in a row, so I think we could sort of anticipate each other's race, but we had this beautiful unknown from someone very threatening like Danny.
Second time we've started where we started today, and we've got about 500-600 meters straight into the wind. I don't want to get too carried away because you're putting a lot of effort in for not much return at that stage.
The first 5K is really difficult. It's either you're in the zone or you're not, and if you're in the zone you seem to find like backwash the whole time, even into the wind.
Through the start you're in that bit of backwash and a bit of hard water, so you got to try and keep it a bit light on your blade and not too heavy, and then you're coming through the rocks and it's even worse. You're adapting the whole time.
Soon after the start, I was in the lead, but I looked behind my shoulder and I seen Corral was right close to my tail, so my game plan kind of switched.
There's a bit of chasing all the backwash for the first 4 to 5 Ks, which was something that I took advantage of. From there, I really just felt the ocean and just put my head down, and every time there was a run, I just sort of chased that, and I chased pretty hard for those first 5 Ks.
Decided to sort of sit back a little bit and sort of play around with the field a bit more. I guess try and somewhat conserve energy, but in those conditions it's pretty hard.
It was hot, it was beautiful, there was good wind. It was pretty technical out there, like bumps in every direction.
We're actually getting really good runners from where we started out to 9 pin. I thought we would have been punching into it or having a side wind, but we were getting good backwash, good runs heading out to sea.
There was a lot of bumps coming back off the rock, so the guys in front really extended their lead by catching some backwash and really pushing hard on that.
Corey's a really classy paddler, you know, he's really, really good. I tried my best to stay with him for as long as I could, and I knew that he was the guy to beat.
It's a little bit like a boxing match where you put the hard yards in first and then let them burn their bickies to try and chase you.
In the beginning, we started and Tupu pulled a little bit ahead. Definitely had a good battle today with Corral Jr. He was definitely putting it on today.
Then we just battled after that all the way to the 9 pin.
Danny was definitely strong, like really reading the water nicely, and got there just ahead of me, and Steele and Rachel just behind me.
Felt like it was my race to lose, knowing so much about the course, and that out to 9 pins seems so comfortable for me.
You want to be with the group, but you don't want to have spent all of your credits before sort of turning 9 pins. The first sort of 3 kilometers after that was vital.
I'd say this year was one of the better years, if not the best year for, I'd say, the surf and everything in it. We went around 9 pin, he was a little ahead, about a boat length, and we came around and kind of saw a little connection and ended up taking off for a bit.
I was trying to race my own race and surf as much as I could and conserve. It was really hard to see anyone out there with the big ocean swells. For the majority of that section, I was aware of Danny, but I actually couldn't see anybody else. I had no idea where Rachel and Steele were, and that's pretty dangerous.
It's tough. There's 3 races in this. There's out to 9 pins, there's 9 pins to Kissing Whales, and there's Kissing Whales all the way back.
I was 7th or 8th, and I was really in that downwind section that Macca and I sort of split, and I could watch Macca go ahead of me and go, I should be there. This is the future unfolding in front of me.
It was big, like there's some good sized swell out there, and it was pretty solid.
Corey had put a little bit of gap, tried to put the hammer down. Jacko and I actually caught up to Corey.
He was just really, really good on the runners. The rest of the boys were right in amongst it, and I knew that if I did take the foot off the accelerator a little bit, that they'd capitalise on that.
Amazing country, amazing location, pretty emotional that last K coming in. For me, there's nothing that beats it. I mean, that's what brings us back.
Hats off to Danny, she's lifted it to another level, and we're going to have to up our game and take her on and keep up the good fight. How exciting to have 3-4 people like within an arm's length coming into the last couple of K of the 22K race.
That last 3Ks really hurt. Super stoked to come away with the win, and one of those really hotly contended fields that everyone seems to keep on coming back for year after year. Very, very tough, very challenging mentally as well. One of the best ocean races I've done. I think certainly one of the toughest.
Honestly, in the last kilometre, I thought I'm actually not going to get to the finish. Kenny, myself, and Jackson Collins just fighting it out to the end.
The 2019 Steele Case Dragon Run delivered fast racing in spectacular conditions, and with only 2 races left to determine the 2019 champions of the World Surf Ski League, everything is on the line as we head to Perth, Western Australia.
And our winner, first time through Dragon Run, and our reigning ICA qualifiers for